Dan Illman taking a look at race number 10 at Gulfstream Park on Saturday on Sunshine Millions Saturday at Gulfstream Park. This, the Sunshine Millions turf at 1 mile and a 16th. Check out this offer on DRF.com, presented by our friends at Woodbine. It's the DRF Horse of the Year Fan Vote Sweepstakes. Submit your vote for a chance to win a trip to the Queen's Plate at Woodbine. Lots of other prizes available as well. Find out all of the information at drf.com/eclipse. Here's the field for race number 10 at Gulfstream on Saturday, the Sunshine Millions turf. And boy, does trainer Mark Cassie have a strong hand in here. He's got the number 2, Curlin's Honor, a horse coming off a stakes win in the Artie Schiller. He has the 4, Super Scat Daddy, a beautifully bred, lightly raced 5-year-old. He's also got a horse coming out of a Grade 1 stakes race. That's the 9, March to the Arch, who was only beaten a length in the Shadwell Turf Mile. Let's throw up the Timeform U.S. pace projector for this race, and yes, the speed should come from the inside. That's the number 1, Max KO, who set the pace in his last 2 races and just has to take advantage from the inside post, doesn't he, under Louis Saez? Whether he's good enough is a different story, but you don't want to take away what works from this horse. He figures to make the lead. Super Scat Daddy is a horse with good tactical speed, and Class and Cash also has pace. This pace might heat up a little bit more than Timeform US indicates. Not saying it's a red bar situation, but I think it could be fair to fast. Let's start the analysis off with the 1, Max KO, who went gate to wire at Gulfstream West at this distance 2 starts back. Looked really good doing it that day against inferior competition, but then they stepped him up in the Claiming Crown Emerald, and he was on a mission. Didn't break great, but was hustled up to set the pace. He went fast, and they gave him windburn at about the quarter pole. They ran right by him. He had nothing left in the lane, and now he's going to have to get to the lead and hopefully try to back down the fractions a little bit more. I'm not sure he is a stakes horse right now. He has a couple of stakes placings on his resume from early in 2019, but he's going to need some of these horses to leave him alone, and I have a feeling horses like Class and Cash might push him a little bit too hard in the early portion of this race. Curlin's Honor, this is a horse, they've always had a lot of hopes for him, and he came through last time out in the Artie Schiller, and what a ride by Joel Rosario. He is last, and yes, there was a big pace on, but just watch Joel. He stays inside. Now remember, you're a genius if this works, and you're a dummy if it doesn't. But he rode the rail every step of the way, and he's able to get through here at the 16th pole, and he's going to outgame the 8 horse Caribou Club, who's a pretty good one, down to the wire. Now, Curlin's Honor, yes, he got the trip, and he got the pace situation. He's going to have to prove he can do it again down at Gulfstream Park. But I just love the way he finished that race off. He got a 100 buyer speed figure for it. This is a horse that's hit the board in 12 of 16 lifetime starts. Javier Castellano takes the mount here for his first start of the year. Seems to be working well at the Cassie Farm. Curlin's Honor is a major player in this race if he gets a little bit of pace and he gets the right trip, but he couldn't get a better trip than he did in his most recent start. 3 is Scraps going out for Saffie Joseph Jr. For the first time, and this barn's just been on a roll at Gulfstream. It would be foolish to discount anything this barn has sent out. Scraps last time out didn't do much against 3-year-olds in the Tropical Park Derby, maybe did not care for the good turf course. He has done well on firm in the past, as we saw in a race 2 starts back. He has good tactical speed. He's stepping up. I'm not sure he's ready for this level of competition just yet. This looks like a good addition to the Sunshine Millions turf. But Scraps is a horse, again, with the barn change, you might want to consider at a price underneath in your exotics. Super Scat Daddy, 4 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds. Pretty good. We just haven't seen him since March. This is a really long layoff and a really confident placing by Cassie. Let's go back to that race in March. He's been on the lead throughout. He's in the red cap. He's taking pressure. He's going to eventually put this number 4 horse away. He's going to face pressure now towards the inside, and he just keeps grinding and grinding and grinding. When Jose Ortiz asked him to extend the lead on the far turn, it just took Super Scat Daddy a while to get going, and it makes me wonder that maybe longer distances are going to be better for Super Scat Daddy down the road. I think he's going to get a great trip in here. I think that the 1 and the 6 are going. I think Super Scat Daddy's going to be sitting 3rd in a great spot. I think he's going to get the first run on these horses Off this long layoff, I want to watch one. But this is a horse that I might put on my horse to watch list for longer distance races down the road. He's got potential. You just got to hope he stays sound. He's a 5-year-old with only 4 lifetime starts. He's got some problems in his career. The 5 is Jace's Solitude, and this is a very underrated gelding by a Fleet Alex. He looked so good winning at Arlington, that now winners of one other than race on July the 27th. And then he looked so good in the Virginia Derby, a race where they just crawled around the racetrack. He was trying to come from 8 lengths out of it. He fired a big shot in the lane, only got beat ahead to a sharp horse named English Bee. He came right back. He won the Bald Eagle Derby, and then he got disqualified from that race. And last time out in the Twilight Derby, you're supposed to draw a line through that race because he was in against Mo Forza, who's one of the better turf horses in the country. Mo Forza's coming over for the Pegasus World Cup turf. Jace's Solitude tried to rally into that race. It didn't work out. Mo Forza, after winning the Twilight Derby, won the Hollywood Derby with a 99 Beyer, Mathis Brothers Mile with a 98. Jace's Solitude, the kind of horse that if you give him some pace, he's gonna kick, and I'm not sure we've seen his best yet. He's a little bit dirtied up. 10-1 on the morning line is a really nice price. Class and Cash. Let's go back to his most recent race, Class and Cash. This is a horse making his first start off of a very long layoff. As a matter of fact, he first starts since the Sunshine Million Turf of 2019. He's the gray. He opened up a big lead early on the backstretch, and he's gonna fight all the way down to about 100 yards out, and he'll succumb. Scraps is the horse that's winning this race. On the face of it, you're going to look at it and say, well, he had an easy lead and he couldn't hold off Scraps, and now he's going to face Scraps again. I think this race was the perfect lung opener, the perfect prep race for the Sunshine Millions turf, because they just let him run hard early. He took a little bit of pressure on the turn. He fought back in the stretch. He should be tighter with that race under his belt, and he could be sitting second off of a big long shot with a horse chasing him that hasn't run in a long time as well. Source a bit of a sleeper as well at a price. Let's talk about Mugzamatic, who made his first start off the Jason Service Claim, a winning one in the Claiming Crown Emerald. Paco Lopez just gave this horse a perfect trip. Let's watch it right now. Mugzamatic was in behind horses in the Yellow Silks. He eases to the 3 path. It takes him a while to change leads, but he's just better than these horses. And once he does change leads, it is all over. He wins very, very easily with a 94 Beyer speed figure. He's won his last 3 starts now with Beyers between 91 and 94. It's nice to know that he handles Gulfstream. The service barn does very well. And perhaps the best thing from that Claiming Crown Emerald is that the 3rd place finisher, Tusk, well, he came back and won the Grade 3 Tropical Turf last week with a 96 Beyer. So Mugzamatic didn't beat a bunch of nobodies in that race. He beat a sharp field. He's got tactical speed. He's very dangerous in here, and he might get lost in the shuffle from a wagering standpoint. Let's talk about Second Mate, 3rd in his last 2 races. He is a hard hitter. He was 2nd in the Sunshine Millions Turf in 2019. I think this is a tougher edition of the Sunshine Millions Turf, and ever since being claimed by Michael Maker, and Maker's usually great off the claim, and listen, he claimed this horse, and 2 starts after he won a $100,000 stakes race in an off-the-turf race. This horse hasn't gotten much faster since the claim, and he's had 6 or 7 starts. He's sort of settled in the mid-80s from a Beyer's standpoint. He's going to have to improve a little bit if he's going to pull off an upset. 10-1 on the morning line. March to the Arch is a graded stakes winner. He ran in the Shadwell Turf Mile last time out. He was far back in that race. There wasn't a ton of pace. He finished evenly in between horses. It was a good effort. I don't think the Shadwell was the strongest race. I think the filly and mare milers were much better than the male milers on turf in 2019, but you can't argue with this horse's figs. 97, 3-back 104, 98, 99, 97. He's a horse that needs help up front. He's a 1-run closer, but you can certainly argue that dropping in class with his figs, he is the horse to beat. Roddick, main track only. We don't want to see him. We want a big field of turf horses. Galleon Mast is going to complete this field. Galleon Mast won the Sunshine Millions Turf in 2018, and last time out he ran in the Millions Turf Preview at Gulfstream West. And we'll watch that race. He's going to beat Second Mate. He's the gray horse. He's in the green silks, and he's going to be splitting horses right here with a decisive move. He still has work to do with an eighth of a mile to go, but he's going to run down this leader late with an 85 Beyer win. He is certainly capable of running Beyer speed figures in the 90s. He obviously loves Gulfstream. He's just a hard hitter, first or second in 22 of 33 lifetime tries. But I think this year's Sunshine Millions turf is a tough one, tougher than perhaps he's faced in years prior. Let's take a look at my top pick for the Sunshine Millions turf. Curlin's Honor's not going to get the great trip he got last time out. I just think he's in form right now. I think Cassie's got him seeing dead red. I think there's going to be enough pace to set him up, and I think he's going to come running at the end under Javier, and I have no problems with him at the mile and a 16th. March to the Arch, I think, is the horse to beat. I think he's the horse that'll be favored at post time. Off the layoff, coming from far, far back, that's not the kind of running style I love. So I'm going to go 2-9, 7-4 in the Sunshine Millions turf, race 10 at Gulfstream on Saturday, approximate post 4:06 Eastern. Best of luck.